Hey, hello everyone. So this video I'm going to show you how to reverse a number in Python. So I'm going to show you two ways. Like one is like by using while loop, and you will have like 2-3 steps over there, and another is like a shortcut method just by using a simple line. It's just a simple plain one line code. So I'm going to show you the two ways. You can choose whichever suits you the best. And let's get started with the while loop method. So first let us have a number. Okay, let C be our number. Okay, let be the number be 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so here I'm going to do like breaking each digit and multiplying by 10. So that's this method. So this method is like quite similar to Armstrong number. If you have done Armstrong number, you would have known this method. So anyway, I will teach this method. Okay, so here you will have like sum. Okay, sum 0. Okay, and you will have a while loop. So I will just write the code completely and then I will explain you. I will give an example and I will run to you through the entire code. So while our number C is our number, so C let n be our number. Let's consider n. C can't be a number. N is always a number. So n greater than 0, and so while loop inside the while loop we will be having or let r be some remainder. Okay, r equal to number mod 10. So this is like the same code that we are using here is just to split the digit. So if you are on like splitting each digit from a number, this is that code. Okay, so after doing that, it's just simple sum equal to r plus sum asterisk 10 and number equal to number double slash. Okay, number double slash 10. So that's the code. Okay, so this is the code to reverse reverse a number. Okay, so this is like splitting the digits. So now I will give you one example. Okay, so let us consider the number to be, let us consider to be 1 2 3. Okay, instead of 1 2 3 4 5, let's consider number to be 1 2 3. Okay, let n equal to number 1 2 3. Okay, so what happens here is that it goes into the while loop and n is greater than 0 because n is 1 2 3, 1 2 3 is greater than 0, and here during the first iteration. Okay, during the first iteration r equal to n mod 10. So as you can know here, modulus 10. So in this step our main aim is to just split the last digit. Okay, we're just getting the last digit of the number. So here our last digit is 3, and as you know, modulus just returns the remainder. Okay, so suppose 11 mod 10 gives you 1, 15 mod 10 gives you 5. So that's basically the modulus operator, just gives you the remainder. So what happens here is that r equal to 1 2 3 mod 10 will give you 3. Okay, so just gives the remainder. So by this way we are just splitting the last digit separately from the number, but the number remains the same, just we are getting the extracting the last digit. So that's the concept over here. This is during the first iteration. Okay, so during the first iteration we are getting 3 as the number. So our next step is sum. So sum is where we are getting the reversed number. Okay, sum is, we are just going to print sum finally because our sum will contain the reversed number at the end. So what happens here is that sum equal to, initially our sum is 0, as you can see. That's why we are initializing sum 0. This is like quite common in many programs. Otherwise some garbage value or junk value will be getting stored in that variable. So we're just initializing with 0. So what happens over here is that sum equal to r. So here our r is 3. Okay, so it becomes 3. Okay, so it's going to be 3 plus and sum asterisk 10. Okay, so you will understand this step during the next iteration. Okay, sum asterisk 10. So sum is 0, so 3 plus 0 asterisk 10. So it's going to be 3. Okay, because this whole term is going to be 0 and we have just 3. So here is the next step. So we are doing this step because we have already extracted 3. Okay, from 1 to 3. So our next aim is like to extract 2 from this number. So for doing that we need to completely eliminate 3 from this number. So just remove 3, completely eliminate 3 from this number, and just repeat the same modulo 10. We will be getting 2. So this step is to eliminate the last digit of any number. So what happens is that n equal to 1 2 3 double slash 10. So why we are using double slash is because if you use single slash it will return an float where it's like decimal number. So we don't want decimals over here. We want only whole number. So double slash primarily gives us just a quotient without any decimals. So 1 2 3 double slash 10 will give you the quotient. The quotient here is 120. It's 10. 120 divided by 10 will be 12. So that's it. We'll be getting 12 as the quotient. As you know, 120. So 12 remainder is 3. That's not going to be an issue. We are only interested on the quotient. So we're getting the quotient over here. And this quotient is just be assigned to the number itself again. That is why n equal to n double slash 10. So after this iteration, n will be 12 instead of 123. So what happens over here is that initially our n was 123. Now it has become 12. Okay, so now the second iteration, n is greater than 0, 12 is greater than 0 condition is true. It goes again over here. So now doing the second iteration, what happens is that r equal to, okay, r equal to 12 mod 10. Okay, so same thing, we will be getting the remainder. 2 will be our remainder. We have split 2, and now is the important step. Okay, the value of this sum asterisk 10. So now what happens is that sum equal to, we are having r over here, so our r is 2. Okay, r is 2. From the previous step we have got r as 2. Sum equal to 2 plus the sum asterisk 10. So sum is not 0 because we had sum as 3. Okay, so sum asterisk is going to be 3 asterisk. Okay, 3 asterisk 10, because sum is not 0. We had sum as 3 in the previous iteration, over here. Then this is second iteration. Okay, and we need to substitute 3 over here. So 3 asterisk 10, we will be getting 22 plus 30, we will be getting 32. So as you can see here, we have just reversed the last two digits. Okay, so reverse digits of 123 is going to be 3 to 1. So now we have got 32. So repeat the same process again. We will be getting, we need to just add 1 to the end. So that's the thing. So doing next sum, we are getting sum as 32, and doing the next iteration over here, we will be getting n equal to, so our number is 12. Okay, 12 double slash 10. So quotient is 1, 10, as you can note, 10 is divisible, so quotient is going to be 1, and our number now is 1. So that's it, same thing. 1 greater than 0 condition is true, and what happens over is that r equal to 1 mod 10. 1 mod 10 is 1. Okay, it's not 0. 1 mod 10 is 1, so remainder becomes 1. Sorry, this is third iteration, and r becomes 1. So here also same thing. What's going to happen is that sum equal to r plus sum asterisk 10. So as you need to listen carefully over here, r is 1. Okay, and 1 plus sum asterisk 10. So our sum is 32 from this iteration, so it's going to be 32 asterisk 10, which is equal to, as you can guess, 320 plus 1. So it's going to be 321. That's it. We have completely reversed our number. It was 123, now it's 321. So that's it. We need to now just stop the iteration, stop the while loop, come out of the while loop, print the number. So simple. So here is the condition that we are finally going to break from this while loop. So what is going to happen is that only way to break from this while loop, we are not going to use break statement at all. So only way to break from the while loop is the while loop condition should be false. That is, the number here, our condition is number is greater than 0. That is our condition. So if the number becomes less than 0, our loop will break. So as you can see here, while n greater than 0, so if n value becomes 0 or less than 0, our while loop is going to break, and that's what we are going to do here. So n equal to n double slash of 10. Okay, so this is the condition. Our n is 1. Okay, so what happens is that 1 double slash of 10 will give you answer as 0. Okay, so okay, it gives 0. So that's it. Our n will become 0, and 0 greater than 0 condition is false. So this while loop, it won't go inside this while loop, and that's it. We're just going to print the number. So this should come like this. Okay, inside this you need to check the indentation. Okay, so that's it. This is just comments, so no worries. So just print it now. Print the sum. So if you want to restore the number, you can just store this n in some other temporary value, because at the end our n will become 0. So if you want to get that number again, use that number, fetch that number again. You can just assign n to some t or some random variable and fetch the value of n again. So now let's just run this code and check. We need to get the output as 54321. Okay, so as you can see here, we are getting the output as 54321. This is some that path. Okay, so this is only the output 54321. Let's do with some other number. Let's have 9876. So our output should be 6789. Okay, so as you can see here, I'm getting the output 6789. So this is good. This is like the complex method using the while loop, something like that. So next method is like very simplest method. We will be using conversion typecasting in Python. So let's have the same example. Let no be the number this time. No equal to 1 2 3 4 5. And what we are going to do is, this is now of int type. Okay, int data type. We're just going to convert it into string. Okay, so let s be our converted number into string. So s equal to str. So str is the function that is used to convert it. It's an inbuilt function. You don't need to import any header, any stuff. Okay, any library, etc. just use str, and we're just going to pass number inside it. So if we just now print, okay, print type, okay, type is a function, it's also a built-in function to just take the data type of a particular variable. So if you just put yes inside it and run this code, okay, so okay, class string, class is just a data type, class string str. So now we have successfully typecasted our integer into a string. Okay, so now only thing is to reverse a string. So that's so simple. We have just a single line of code, we can reverse a string in Python. So that's the beauty of Python. So only thing what we're going to do is let us have another variable. Okay, let's rev be the reversed string. Okay, rev equal to, just you need to put yes. Okay, yes is the string variable converted number into string, yes, and just square bracket colon minus 1 and just close it. Okay, so this is just it, this is just a code to convert reverse a string in Python. So now you just print rev, okay, just run it, we will be getting 54321 as the output. So as you can see, we successfully reversed the string. So now, but we have a simple problem over here, that is, but our type of rev is string, because it's string because we are just reversing a string and storing it in a variable, and obviously that variable is also going to be of a string data type. So if we just run it now, we'll be getting class str. Okay, it's still going to be a string. So now to convert our uh, reverse rev variable into an integer type, that's all the same code. Let r be, let's, you can just use the same variable. I'm just using some other variable just to be more clarity. Okay, so it's just going to be int. Okay, so int, like same str conversion from int to str is string, conversion from string to integer is int function. So that's really like you're having like alphabetical meaning for that. So int of rev. So by this way, we're converting our stringed number into a number itself. So if you just print it now, print, I will print both the numbers. Okay, print r, and I will print type of r. Okay, so we are now going to get both the reverse number and data type of the finally converted version. So as you can see here, I am getting 54321 reverse number, and I'm getting it as an integer. So that's it. So it's just a single line actually, like only this command. Others is like basic conversion from into string and from string to it, that's it. So but only this line, this not even a line, it's just four symbols that can convert a string to a reversed way in Python. I hope you found this video useful, and mine is a program channel. I've done tutorials in C, C++, Python, Java, Blender, Unity. So do check other videos of my channel, subscribe and support me, and thanks for watching.